This is my life. It's not what it was before. All these feelings I've shared, and these are my dreams, but I've never lived before. Somebody shake me, 'cause I must be sleeping. Now that we're here so far away, all the struggle we thought was in vain, and all the mistakes one life contained, they all finally start to go away. I can forgive, and I'm not ashamed to be the person that I am today. Leave me to myself to fall away and leave life bleed out in my hands again. Leave life bleed out in my hands, life lies bleeding.
Hey, how y'all doing out there? I want to introduce y'all to my guest right now, Mr. Michael Jolly, aka Jigsaw from the MWF.
How y'all doing?
How you doing, sir? Thank you for coming on the show.
I've been here like a million times, but I've had to be in character, had to,
Right.
had to be a big asshole to you
Yeah.
all the time. But I'm out of character, and you can see the real me, The real me's a real loving guy,
Well, I would hope
always,
so.
Sometimes.
Hope he's not a total asshole outside,
Well, you should know this. You've known me for how many years? Since I was, like that, though?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that. So, how you doing today?
Well, personally, not so well. Because, as you know, on Facebook and the internet and anything else, the company that I started, helped started, is ending in April. And it kind of hurts me, to see something that I helped flourish and I helped build to be destroyed and torn down piece by piece. It kind of sucks. But then again, I see it needed to end. It just needed to.
Why? Why did this company need to end?
Personally, and this is no stab toward anybody, but it was mainly a company that was based on favorites. I'm not even gonna lie, I was one of them. Me, along with Tristan Zorns and Justin Hickerson, was basically the forerunners of the company. Basically, we were the guys that said, hey, you're going to do this, you're going to lose this match, you're going to win this match, we're going to give you a push, we're not going to give you a push, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that, etc., etc. We played favorites. That's what we did, because we thought that we were the best, and evidently we was, but we needed to help other people flourish and grow as wrestlers and as people. Some people didn't see it that way. Some people thought we were playing favorites, which, like I said, we weren't. I'm not even gonna lie. There was times where I would sit in the back and I'd think, why is this guy getting a push when he doesn't show up to practice? He doesn't show up, to like meetings. Nothing, When we plan a practice, the practice is there to help us get better. Correct? And when the people say, yeah, I'll show up to your practice, I'll come, I'll do this, I want to be the best, blah, 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 woo, 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 talk that big game, and then they don't show up. I mean, in a company, that's kind of how it works. If you don't show up to your job, you don't get the benefits, correct?
Correct. That's with any business.
That's how it works. You don't show up, you don't get shit. You show up, you get shit. That's how it works. Personally, with me, I was the guy that showed up every day, or at least started it. But I showed up. I showed the initiative that I wanted to be better because I wasn't the best. I wasn't the best in this company. I might have thought it sometimes, but in reality, I knew I wasn't the best. I knew there was a lot for me to learn. Just a bunch of guys, 10, 15 friends coming around, coming out of nothing and trying to learn how to do a profession without any proper training. You know, yeah, me, Justin, Tristan, we've all wrestled in the backyard many, many times over the past 10, 12 years. Okay, but we've never had any training, any proper training. We've taken it from watching it and interpreting it to now teaching it. But some of us didn't know how to do it correctly and all that shit. You know how that works. But it's just MWF's got to end. The constant bickering about pointless things, the constant bitching about, hey, I'm not getting pushed, or hey, I want this, or hey, I want that, or hey, he doesn't deserve this, or he doesn't deserve that. It just got to end. I can't handle that no more. Neither could anybody else.
I hear you. So, what are your plans after April and ATR of the final match of ATR? What do you feel that you are going to do now?
Personally, I don't know. I mean, before MWF, I really didn't have any kind of goals or motivation to do anything. You know, I just got out of high school. I just got out of a really, really, really big, deep relationship with this girl, and she broke my heart. You know how that shit goes.
It's a girl for you, man.
Girls, they make you do crazy things, you know. And I really didn't have much motivation to do much of anything. I mean, yeah, wrestling was a very big passion of mine when I was younger. But when I started to grow up and started to learn more about the world and how it ran and everything, that passion kind of just died down, you know. And then after said girl and I split up, I recontacted with a friend of mine, Justin Hickerson. You know him.
Yes.
He's now wrestling for
SWE.
Yeah, he's doing very well.
Southern Wrestling Entertainment for y'all out there who don't know what that is.
Well, I recontacted with him, and everything started to click again. You know, wrestling, talking, being friends, all that good stuff. We finally decided, hey, we want a backyard wrestling thing. Personally, when I first thought of it, when I first heard about it, I didn't want to do it because I knew that, hey, it's not gonna last. You know, backyard wrestling feds really don't last very long. They last as long as the interest is there. See what I'm saying?
Correct.
But I went with it because it was a passion for him and it was a passion for me. And I wanted to see if I could rekindle that passion that I lost so long ago, you know. And then we had the first event. And I will be the first to tell you it was god awful. God awful.
God awful!
But we took it one step at a time, and we learned, and we flourished, and we got better and better and better as the days, months, and now years progressed. But that same interest and that same, you know, fire is not there. And personally, I couldn't tell you why.
That's a sad story, man. Are you going to pursue a professional interest in this, or are you going to just sit back and relax?
Well, a lot of guys actually have asked me that question. They see my talent, you know, they see what I do in the backyard, what I do outside of the backyard, you know, on camera, interviews like we're having right now, and they see the talent. They see it, they know I have it. But it's all on me to decide if I actually want to do it, you know. Because I'm not even gonna lie, when I turned 18, I was offered to come wrestle for a professional wrestling organization. You actually worked there.
Yes, I do.
You actually worked there. I was asked to come wrestle for them, and at the time, I would have done it. I would have done it, but me as a person, I'm not ready for that. Only because I have this fear of being judged completely, whether it's fictional or non-fictional. You know, if I'm playing a character and you're judging me, I still have that fear. I'm still Michael Jolly at heart. You know, I come through the curtain, I'm Jigsaw, you know, woo woo woo, whatever. I'm still Michael Jolly, the shy, big Asian guy who doesn't really, you know, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
You know,
right, I got you. You just got to remember, in the society we live in today, you'll always be judged. You walk out your door, you're getting judged every minute. I'm not afraid to be judged. I get people watching my show judging me right now, thinking how stupid I am on camera. Think I care? I still love y'all dearly. So, how do you feel about Justin going to SWE so early? As I know there's plans for Tristan and Justin to fight at ATR in the build-up, but now since KBWA stepped in, they won't allow him to do that.
Personally, I think it's a good thing for him. You know, he wanted to do bigger and better things. I've known the kid since I was 12 years old. 12 years old, 5'6", 145, 50, 85. But yeah, I've known him since I was a little kid, and he's always had that passion. It's always been there. No matter if we were out in the backyard fucking around on a trampoline, or if we were, you know, in one of his many houses throwing each other through walls, you know, on accident. You know, he's always had that passion. And that passion kind of came to me, you know, when we reunited back in 2011. Because I was living with a friend of mine, Tristan, you know him. I was living with him in his apartment, and we had this party. And not one of them drunken rage, you know, like glug 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 glug. Fuck everybody! Throw this bottle. I'm gonna get fucked up. No. Fuck that. No. We had this party to where it was just me, him, Tristan, and a few other close friends watching the Royal Rumble of 2011, the one where Alberto Del Rio won the Royal Rumble.
Right.
And as we were watching this, we were, you know, just bringing back old memories and everything just started to click. Yes, I know that he wants to be a wrestler. He still has that passion. Maybe, do I have it? You know? Personally, to me, and this is, and he's heard this before, but I'll say it now since I'm actually fucking on camera now. Justin Hickerson was my motivation to keep going with wrestling.
Justin Hickerson.
Yes. He was my motivation to keep going because he's the biggest critic I've ever seen in my life. He's the biggest fucking critic. If I had a 30,000 star match, he would still tell me it sucked.
Yes.
And tell me to get better.
Yes.
And it would piss me off because I thought I would do very well, you know, getting into the crowd's heads, you know, telling my story through my actions, because that's what wrestling is about, right?
Correct.
It's about telling a story, not with your words, not by
with your actions,
but with your body, with your actions, you know, showing, hey, I'm in pain. Feel this pain. And I pretty much show it every time I go out there, you know. And the one time that I think, hey, I did a fucking amazing ass match, you know, because I'm a big critic myself. I will tell you that right now. If the match sucks, I will tell you to your face. The match sucked. You did this wrong. You did that wrong. You did this wrong. You did that wrong. You should have done this. You did that pretty good, but the rest of this, you did this wrong and that wrong and this wrong. Fix it. And people get pissed off at me, but it's just creative criticism to help someone get better, and that's what I learned from him more than anything.
It's true. It's true. I love creative criticism. So we can always get better from it. What are your feelings about Tristan and Pat and David and Derek? You know, have you heard from them? Do you know what they're going to do, what their plans are after April?
As far as I know Patrick is moving to Texas. Point blank. He's moving to Texas to be back with his mom, etc., etc. Which that's fine. He'll probably want to wrestle as well, because as with me, as with Tristan, Justin, and anybody who's been a part of our organization, they have a passion for wrestling, and he shows the most passion I've ever seen. Sure, he might be a little, you know, rusty, or he needs to grease up his hinges a little bit, you know, learn to take a fucking fall once in a while.
No shit, right?
But other than that, yeah, he's gonna be able to wrestle. I know that. Tristan, on the other hand, I don't know what he's gonna do. He's got two kids. His life is kind of, you know,
complex.
Yeah, it's like when you go on a roller coaster and then you're up all the way to the top of the hill and then it stops. And you sit there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours going, what the hell's going on? And finally, they fix what they're doing and then it goes boom and it goes backwards and shit. It's kind of like that.
I understand that feeling.
David and Derek, I don't know what those two will do. I have not talked to them since October. I know David moved to a location, so I don't know what his plans is. Derek is always hard to get out to this area to, do the shows, and do the interviews, and do all the little small things that we need to flourish the company and make it grow. So I don't know what he'll do. I mean, the guy who played Loco, John Doyle, he's gone. He's pursuing a bigger goal, a bigger career. He's in college wanting to get his life together, which I understand that. That's no big deal. And guys that came in and gone, they're doing whatever they're doing, and I wish them the best as long as they're not doing drugs. Because drugs are just bad. They fuck up your head, they fuck up your mind, they fuck up your life. I've had countless people die over that stupid shit.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs.
That's coming from him. It's got to mean something.
You call me a drug addict?
Well, you do smoke weed now and then, don't you?
Hey.
Ooh.
Not a drug. It's a plant. It just grows like
Ooh.
that.
It's only legal in 3 states.
If you happen to set it on fire, have some effects. Can't wait.
I hear you. I've been watching some of your videos, and you actually have an event coming up this Sunday, January the 13th, New Beginnings. Will that show be postponed, or will it be canceled, or do some certain changes that recently have taken place?
That show is not going to be canceled. If we're going to end something that we started 2 years ago, we're going to end it with a bang, a big bang. In order to end it with a bang, we have to finish what we started. You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
And it's just that we have to finish it. We can't just leave it, dormant, for people to wonder and think, I wonder if they did this, wonder if they did this, or wonder if they did that, We can't do that. My pride won't allow me. Even if I have to wrestle a damn broomstick, I will be out there 13th wrestling. And I'll be out there February whenever wrestling, and March whenever wrestling, and April 21st wrestling. And that will be the last time.
Nice heart and passion and joy. Is there anything else you want to address the fans to? Anything else you want to talk about?
To the fans that have stuck by us throughout our 2-year history, I can't thank you enough. Without you guys talking to us, letting us know your opinions, everything, we wouldn't be where we are today. We wouldn't have 10,000 views within 2 years.
It's true.
I mean, sure, it's not, like Gangnam Style with 300 billion views or whatever the fuck it is nowadays, but it's still impressive. For a backyard wrestling fed who's only been around for a year and a half, almost 2 years, to have over 10,000 views, that's pretty impressive, if you ask me.
I'll say it is.
Also for someone who has very low production value as well. If anything, we use a damn cell phone and
kidding.
Windows Movie Maker to make our videos,
and
we make them look pretty good. Hey, I don't want to
use Movie Maker.
I use
Movie Maker.
It just sucks when you're trying to do voiceover, and trying to merge sounds together.
Yeah, it sucks.
When you're trying to come up with bigger and better ideas, and Windows Movie Maker's like, yeah, from the 1980s. I don't give a shit about you. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But as far as that goes, that's basically all I gotta say. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and maybe one day we'll come back.
Yeah, maybe one day. Well, thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
It's always been an honor. And you guys out there, keep watching my shows. I've got a lot more coming for you.
Big Rick Show. Don't miss it.